Lights. This is my least favorite place to be. That's why I brought this. First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming out tonight. It's been fun to start junior high drama again. We haven't had it for a few years, and so it's been a learning experience for me. I forgot how wiry they are, how much they talk, how much when they have props, they do this. This noise will be the death of me yet, I'm pretty sure. But they have done awesome. They have worked so hard, and I'm so proud of them. And I just want to welcome you and thank you for your support. We do have a villain. That would be Creepstone. So if you feel like you need to boo him, go ahead. We have Brett, not Rhett. Brett is our hero, so if you want to cheer him on, that's awesome. Most of our kids have mics. We were very blessed. Several of you guys donated, so we have headsets for most of the cast. There's a few times where they have to trade off. A few people who are blessed with that nice loud voice are going it without, so give them the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully we'll be glitch-free tonight, and you guys will enjoy the show. So let me open with some prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you for this night. I thank you for all these friends and family who came out to support these kids, and I thank you for each one of these kids who's put in so much hard work. Give them confidence and calm their nerves and just help the play to be a great success. In your name alone, amen. There are a few people who play more than one character, so if you see the same person come out but in a different costume, they're probably somebody else. And there's a few times we don't really have a curtain that we do have to do some set changes, so just bear with us through that. We have to wait on a couple costume changes. And so I just take that time to take a breather and check in with your neighbor, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
But Ma, I don't want to eat another thing.
Why, you're nothing but skin and bones, child.
Fiddly-dee-dee, my waist is up to 14 inches. I might as well be the fat lady in the circus.
Now, Charlotte, listen to me. No man wants a woman who disappears when she stands sideways. Now here, eat your plate, chitlins and hog jows.
You know those are my favorite things in all the world, but you come a step closer and I'll hold my breath till I drop. I mean it.
Now that's the silliest thing I ever heard.
All right then.
Now, Charlotte, this is silly. A young girl today's got to keep her strength up. What with all this talk of the Yankees and how they might attack the South and ravage every plantation from Blush and Blossom to Atlanta. Oh, Charlotte, please. Oh, dear. Brett Butler, come quickly.
You rang?
It's Charlotte.
But what is... Oh, Miss Charlotte, what's wrong? Y'all so blue.
She's not breathing.
But why is Miss Charlotte not breathing? Goodness. Now she's not even standing.
Oh, Brett, do something.
But what? Wait, I know. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Mouth-to-mouth, what?
Resuscitation. It's the latest thing. In your dreams, Mr. Butler, I am a lady and I don't resuscitate with the help.
Charlotte, Mr. Butler was only trying to help.
And I was only trying to prove my point. If you think that I'm too weak to stand up to any Yankee who might come prowling down here in Magnolia, watch this.
Charlotte! Oh, Mr. Butler, I am so sorry.
Oh dear, where shall I put these horses, horse doors, hoovers, divorce? Where shall I put these things?
Goodness, Aunt Whitlack, the hors d'oeuvres go over there.
Punch, who wants some punch?
I already had mine.
How could you, son? I just finished putting the finishing touches on the world-famous Omar punch not just 2 seconds ago. This recipe was passed down from
My grandfather, from his grandfather, and so on to the grand old days of honest John O'Mara, the most famous used carriage salesman in all of Ireland. He made a killing, he did, before the potato famine.
You're darn tootin', daughter, and let me tell you, there come a time when you won't make fun of Magnolia, your family, or anything else we all hold so dear. Now here, boy, drink up a glass of this. Guaranteed to make your hair curl and get you a girl, if you know what I mean.
It's a love potion?
I met Harold here over a glass of Omar punch.
Well, I'll be, if that's not why they call it punch. My lands.
Oh my, I think I have a little nip myself.
Look at you. A bunch of old sillies guzzling down all the punch before the gifts arrive. Now, really, this is the biggest day of the year for the Omars, our annual barbecue. And now I got a feeling that something very special is going to happen today.
I feel it too.
Oh dear, the doorbell sounds.
The guest is here.
Then let them in, Prickly.
Get real.
Dear me, just can't get good help these days.
Allow me to answer the door, Mrs. O'Mara.
Oh, Charlotte, I can't imagine you're not liking Mr. Butler. He's so clean, thrifty, honest, and forthright.
Ma, I want a man, not a Boy Scout. Besides, he's just the butler, and I don't fraternize with the servants.
Oh, child, how do we ever get such a snooty-wooty in the family?
Ma, Pa's calling me names again.
It's the truth.
But she's just our little girl, Mr. Omar. Now lay off or I'll box your ears.
Yeah, sure.
Why, Ashley Bilks, our neighbor and the owner of Two Oaks and his charming wife Melody, how good of you to come.
Why, Mrs. Omar, we would never miss Magnolia's annual barbecue. Rubs, can we get those tasty little rich just cooked in perfection?
My, but you are sweet, Melody.
Sweet as molasses poured over peppermint ice cream.
Oh, Ashley, you have such a way with words.
Let's just hope he doesn't have to eat them.
Why, Charlotte, dear Charlotte.
Melody, why do you persist in addressing me as if I were dead?
Come, Melody, let me get you some punch.
That famous Omar punch, by all means.
Now, Charlotte, darling.
Don't call me darling, Ashley. Why don't you call me X? Has been loser second best.
You have never understood, have you, Charlotte?
What, that you could love that sniveling, dribbling little cream puff?
But I do love Melody.
You can sure pick her out in the crowd, all right.
Stop it, Charlotte. Stop it right now. Yes, I've had feelings for you. I'll not deny it. But you're
I'm what?
too much of a woman for me. I can never keep up with you. You need someone to run a mile, climb a mountain, and swim the English Channel for you.
Hors d'oeuvres, Miss Charlotte. I recommend the liver pate. I once climbed to the top of Mount Chillamara just to sample the pate made famous by the Beluga Indians.
And I suppose you swam the English Channel once?
Twice.
Oh dear, Carrie, we gotta fetch more goose liver pate.
I hope we have more in the kitchen.
Well, if we don't, I saw several geese wandering in the backyard.
Charlotte.
Why, if it isn't that handsome Mac Twitterton and his brother Zach, why, it's awfully hard to tell which one of you boys is the better looking.
That's because we're twins, Miss Charlotte.
Why, ain't that a coincidence?
Oh, please let me fetch you from crib, Miss Charlotte.
I'm fetching Miss Charlotte ribs, Zach.
Right, so we decided over on the way that I will get the ribs, you could get the grits.
I got it grits at the last party.
Why, boys, you fighting over little on me.
Oh, Miss Charlotte, we're always fighting over you.
Yeah, you want to marry you.
Well, boys, I'll have to think about that, because, of course, I can't marry the both of you. Now, you go on and fetch me rib. Each of you bring me one, and I'll decide which one I like best.
Yes, Miss Charlotte.
Right, whatever, Charlotte.
So, the party's in progress and I wasn't invited.
Now, see here, Mr. Creepstone.
Yes, you stupid Ingrid.
Well, there's no reason to be offensive, even if you are the wicked, vile, plantation overseer.
You're standing on my foot, you fool.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry, Mr. Creepstone.
What brings you here, Mr. Creepstone?
A little problem in North 40, sir. Some hands were caught playing poker on a spraying chestnut tree. Now, I warned them, if they were caught again, you would handle the matter personally.
But we're in the middle of our barbecue.
This won't take long, Ms. Omar. I'll just mount on Daredevil and be back in 10 minutes.
Don't you go riding that mean old beast, Mr. Omar.
Mrs. Omar, you worry too much. I rode before I could walk. Say, Mr. Creepstone, why don't you go fetch yourself a bit of punch?
That famous Omar punch, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Aha! It's that delectable morsel, Miss Charlotte Omar. Choice catch blushing blossom stands right for the picking. Time to make my move. Pardon me, Miss Charlotte.
Why, if it isn't that artist Carlton Creepstone, vile overseer of the hired hands.
It's a pleasure to see you, Miss Charlotte.
The pleasure's not mine, Mr. Creepstone.
Miss Charlotte, I don't know if this is the right place at the right time,
How true.
but I shall speak what's on my mind. I have long admired you from afar.
An excellent place.
Lately, my interest has blossomed to affection. And now, I'm afraid my affection has blossomed into a more deeper, substantial emotion. Dare I say it? Could it be love?
Probably just a bit of indigestion.
I don't sleep nights.
Count sheep, it works for me.
You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I've seen you looking at me.
I have never voluntarily looked at you in my life.
Do you mind?
Sorry.
Now, where was I?
Leaving.
Nice try. As I was saying, I have fallen for you, Miss Charlotte, and fearing that the worst is about to happen to our country, I now ask your hand in marriage.
That's about the worst thing that could happen to our country.
But Miss Charlotte, I make no joke.
But Mr. Creepstone, I love you not. In fact, I don't even like you. A marriage to you would be like a never-ending nightmare. A symphony without notes. A painting without color. A dance without music.
All right, I get the metaphor.
Then please, leave the barbecue at once.
You don't get rid of Carlton Creepstone that easily.
Really, Mr. Creepstone, I want you to go.
One day you'll marry me, Charlotte, and then all Magnolia will be mine. What do you say to that, my sweet?
I think you're all wet, Mr. Creepstone.
Oh, I'll get you for that. I'll get the both of you. Just wait and see.
Sorry, looks like you had a nasty accident. He better go home and change.
Oh, Ma, we got to get rid of that awful Carlton Creepstone. He said the vilest things to me.
I've never liked him, Charlotte. Perhaps you're right.
I've heard the most wretched things about him from a cousin twice removed who lives in Mobile. While down there, he once worked as a hired hand himself.
But I don't understand, Charles.
I love another, Ellen.
You said you love me.
Love of a time.
Well, of all the rude, horrible things, I've already ordered my wedding dress, reserved the church, made the mince.
Oh, please, my dear, keep this any more painful than it is.
You want pain? I'll give you pain.
Wahoo! Wahoo! Everybody, hear the news. The Yankees have fired on Fort Sumter. War.
Can you believe it, Charlotte? War? Our first war?
Finley D.D., what a way to ruin a perfectly good barbecue.
You know what this means? Well, we're going to fight in the war.
You will?
Every eligible man under the age of 80.
Oh, my, I hadn't thought of that. There won't be a man for miles and miles around.
So, Miss Charlotte, there's something I'd like to ask you.
What's that, Mr. Wishing Man?
I've long admired you from afar. But lately, my interest has blossomed into deeper, substantial emotion. And dare I say, can it be?
Do you share a rider with someone?
Miss Charlotte, you make me the happiest soldier on earth if you take my hand in marriage.
Me and you.
Oh, please, Miss Charlotte. I'm a boy going to face the terrors of the war. Send me all happy.
Oh, darling Ashley, you're gonna look so cute in your uniform.
And you, my dear sweet Melody, will be an angel of mercy in a disgusting, gruesome field hospital somewhere.
All right, Mr. Wishing Man, on one condition. We wed immediately.
Here, now.
Reverend Merriweather standing right over there.
Oh, my dear, you make me so happy.
Let's not overdo it, Cookie. Ma, I've got something to tell you.
What? She stole my Charles.
Miss Ellen, Miss Charlotte, are you sure this is the right thing to do?
I don't think it's really any of your business, Mr. Butler. Soon you'll all be off for war, and it won't matter to you at all.
But Miss Charlotte, I.
Yes, Mr. Butler?
I.
Reverend, we're so glad you can make it. Now, could you do us one little favor?
And what is that, my child? Here? Now?
It's what the children want.
It must be the punch.
Oh, dear Charlotte, you need something old. You need something old.
Here, Charlotte, a fan from my great aunt Wilhelmina. She wants to use that fan in the presence of George Washington.
He was a Yankee.
Let's not start fighting now.
Something burned.
Here, Charlotte, my hanky.
This is used.
Well, this is short notice.
Something blue.
Ellen can stand as my maid of honor. She's pretty blue.
I'd sooner die.
Be a sport, Ellen.
Really, I have a feeling we need to hurry.
All the men have to enlist right after we cut the cake.
Oh, all right, but Charlotte, I'll never forgive you for this. Never. I'll spit on your grave.
As maid of honor, you're supposed to stand here and shut up.
Right here, Charles. Yes, you stand here. Yes, that's nice.
Oh dear, my smelled salts. You my smelled salts.
What is wrong with our Aunt Whitty Lack?
She always cries at weddings.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to unite this man and woman in holy matrimony. If there's anyone here who's got a reason to believe we should not unite these here two, let him speak.
I do.
Do you, Charlotte, take this man Charles to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do, and he does too.
I pronounce you man and wife. Jansen, you scared your mind.
It was my fault. The chicken toy missed over here. Go on, I dare you.
Oh, sure, run off and let me clean up. Well, I sure hope you get what you deserve.
It'll be dreadful. The Yankees are getting closer and closer.
I'm leaving for Atlanta as soon as I can get a train ticket.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but the train's no longer running. Every bridge between here and Atlanta has been blown up.
No. Well, I'll simply have to resort to this. If I can get it.
Gracious, that's a gun. A real gun.
Grandpapa Amos's pistol that once shot at the dreaded pirate Blackbeard. Any Yankee gets within 10 miles of me, I'll let him have it.
I think I'm gonna faint.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You'll fall and you'll crack the sidewalk. Besides, you was just telling me the fate of a Charles Wishy Man.
Well, sad to relate, but her dear husband, Charles, I always get that confused, has been lost in the glorious service to the Confederacy.
Oh, a pity. Now, how did he die?
You don't understand. He hasn't died. He's been lost. Literally, nobody can find him.
Poor dear Charlotte. Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Oh, not knowing her husband's fate.
Oh, well, Miss Hart, not a very glorious day for any of us, I suppose.
We take it you've heard the news of Charles Wishy Man.
I have. They said he was lost at the third battle of Chattahoochee. He must have bolted to return to his dear Charlotte.
Oh, he must have truly loved her.
That's a lie. He loved me, and I'll make her pay for everything that's happened. Somehow I'll make her pay.
She was such a sweet girl. I fear what she gonna do to Charlotte if given the chance.
Ah, Mr. Butler, how are things in Magnolia?
The last cow's been sold. We couldn't plant crops this spring because we couldn't afford the seeds. The wells dried up, the barn fell down, dry rocks hit in the main, and we're down to our last bottle of Dom Perigee. Otherwise, everything is coming up roses.
Now, we've read news of your former overseer.
That wretch crossing Creekstone? I haven't thought of him since the barbecue 4 years ago. What news have you heard?
He's Colonel Carlton Creepstone.
No Southern unit would ever afford him that honor.
You're right. He's fighting for the Union Army, and his troops are headed this way. I'm afraid the cause is lost.
We'll fight to the death.
Easy enough for you to say standing here.
But Mrs. Chataway, you know my archers fell unexpectedly, and try as I could, no regiment would ever have me.
We've sure you've done what you can to hold Magnolia together, but the cause needs everybody at the front lines. Remember, flat feet marching are better than no feet marching.
Misty Passion?
I do just fine, big boy. How's about yourself?
I'm hot.
You're a strangers in these parts, ain't you?
How could you tell, dollface?
Dollface? Why, heavens, the insolence.
What are you wanting, Blush and Blossom?
I'm thinking of starting a little business, honey.
Honey, why, I never.
I'll bet not.
What kind of business?
The kind of place where you can sit down, put your feet up, and wet your whistle, if you know what I mean.
You mean a saloon?
There are gonna be a lot of Jolly Wilsons when this war's over. So tell me, anybody got an idea where I can get a room?
Hotel's closed.
Too bad. I just got a bit of cash.
Oh my, I'll bet for a nominal fee you could get a room at Magnolia.
Really, Mr. Butler?
So where's this Magnolia place, big boy?
It's just 2 miles down the street and it'll be the first mansion on your right.
Why don't you escort me there, handsome?
Oh gosh, I just love to, Misty Passion. But a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Could you do me one favor? Could you tell Charlotte, tell her
Yeah, big boy?
Aw, shucks, just tell her goodbye.
So, Mr. Passion, where is you from?
Why, I'm from Chattanooga and I got here on the choo-choo. Ta!
Oh,
I didn't do that.
Good heavens. That's a lot of woman.
and something tells me a lot of trouble.
Got my headphones.
Oh, Prickly, how could this have happened?
Them Yankees never pick up after themselves, coming in here, having their wild parties. Well, I never seen the like. And look here, eating bread topped with tomato sauce, just to go show how uncivilized they are.
I'm not talking about the mess, Prickly. I'm talking about the war. How could we have lost?
Well, ma'am, you win some, you lose some. That's what my ma used to say.
But what will we do now? How will we live?
We'll just go back to planting cotton like in the old days.
Yes, that's it. What a wonderful idea. Now that the war's about to end, everybody will need new shirts and dresses. Everybody's tired of that tacky old blue and gray. They want bright colors, stripes, polka dots. We'll supply them northern mills and forge a new partnership based off of money and greed. Will, Charles, Robert, come in right away. We got work to do. Will, Charles, Robert?
I don't think they're coming, Miss Charlotte.
But they have to come when I call. Servants always come when I call.
But they're gone, Miss Charlotte.
I didn't tell them they could go.
Honey, they up and left in 1864.
Well, fiddly-dee-dee, those ungrateful nincompoops. At least Brett's around. Brett!
He's gone too.
No, you're lying to me. Why are you lying to me, Prickly?
I ain't lying to you. Mr. Brett up and joined the Confederate forces just yesterday.
Well, of all the selfish things to do, what if he gets lost just like Charles did?
Oh, come on. You ain't exactly been mourning over your dear old hubby, Miss Charlotte.
How could I? I mean, we weren't together much more than 4 hours. I mean, how attached could I get to him?
And you weren't attached to Mr. Brett at all?
Now, that's not true. I was always fond of Mr. Butler.
You sure had funny ways of showing it.
Well, enough of this, Prickly. You're just my maid, and you're not supposed to be discussing my private affairs in my presence anyhow. And I guess since Mr. Brett's gone, well, there's only one person left to plant the 8,000 acres of cotton.
Oh, no, not a snowball's chance. Louisiana, I do floors, ceilings, bedding, but I don't do cotton.
Please, Prickly, you certainly don't think I can plant and harvest all that cotton.
Look, Miss Charlotte, if you ask me, it's a bit more house than you need.
Give up Magnolia? Why, I never. This has been the O'Mara home since 1789 when my great-great-grandpappy O'Mara came over from the old country. Every O'Mara since has been buried in the cemetery. Never will ever drag me away from the land I love, not even death.
Oh, Charlotte, honey, those are the finest words that ever fell out of your mouth.
We never realized Magnolia meant so much to you.
All the O'Maras up there are clapping and cheering right now for you. I can even hear your Uncle Barnaby clapping from way down yonder.
You're a true Omar, Charlotte.
Oh, Ma, Pa, is that the way you feel too? Then you help me get out and plant the 8,000 acres of cotton?
8,000?
It's the only way we can manage to save Magnolia and ourselves.
Now, Charlotte, honey, let's not get too hasty. I got money, lots of it.
Oh, Pa, how wonderful. Where is it? Let us have some to buy some milk.
Been saving up for a rainy day.
Well, if it ain't raining, I sure do not know what it's doing.
Here we are, $10,000.
Pa!
Your pa is so far-sighted.
Nearsighted, more like it. These are Confederate bills.
Of course they are. We don't want Yankee currency in this house.
Sure do if you can buy something. All right, I'm coming.
Who can that be?
It's a woman. What a woman.
Mr. Omar, you come away from that window right now.
Could it be an angel of mercy in the answer of our prayers?
If that's an angel, I'm going to look for the other side.
Don't sign, ma'am. I'm no angel. I'm Lotta D. Patient.
Oh dear, Pa, oh dear.
Don't worry, honey. Happens all the time. He'll come out of it.
Why, man, that there's the fanciest dress I've ever seen before the war.
Like it? Got it from the King of Romania. Used to be my beau.
You know royalty?
Honey, there ain't too much I don't know. So tell me, you got a spare room?
Goodness, Magnolia's no boarding house.
Now, how'd you might have a little corner I can call my own?
That's money, Yankee money.
Is there any other kind?
Stop. In that case, we got lots of corners you can have. It's $3 a week plus 25 cents a day if you drink milk.
Haven't had a drop of milk since I jumped out of the cradle. Here you go, $12 a month rent in advance.
Charlotte, this is shameful. Magnolia's not a hotel.
Ma, somehow we gotta make ends meet.
Oh, how will I ever break the news to Aunt Whittylack?
So, Miss D. Passion, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chattanooga and I got here on the choo-choo.
Well, Prickly, will you show Miss Choo-Choo, I mean D. Passion, to her room?
Which room?
Anything that's clean. Oh dear, I don't think Aunt Whittylack took the news too well.
Well, honey, you gonna show me a way to call home? I'm itching to slip in something more comfortable.
Oh, my.
Oh, Charlotte, honey, that's more than an old man can take.
Fiddly-dee-dee, who can that be? I'm coming, I'm coming.
Can't tell me these bills ain't worth something.
Glad to see me, my sugar plum?
I ain't your sugar plum, you pet.
And who's this, your dear old father?
Why, it's...
Colonel. Carlton. Creepstone at your service.
Colonel? Ha! No arm in its right mind would have made you Colonel, you traitor.
Me? A traitor? You were the rebels. You lost everything. And now I'm here to say that you now pay Uncle Sam his just desserts.
Just desserts, he'll not get a piece of our pie.
Oh, boss, she's funny. She's real funny.
Shut up, bonehead. How rude of me not to introduce my associate, Sherman Slitherside, late of Savannah.
It's no pleasure, Mr. Slitherside, late of Savannah. Now, Mr. Creepstone, come directly to the point.
Here's my point, my dear little Azalea Blossom.
What is it, Charlotte, honey?
We owe taxes, Pa, lots of taxes.
I paid taxes.
Then we need to only show the receipts. Where are they?
Here's one from 1858
1858. Pa, that was 7 years ago.
for $18.20.
7 years of back taxes have added up, and unless you pay, Magnolia's mine.
Yours?
That's right. Any profit you get from back taxes is ours. All ours.
Shut up, Sherman. After all, we mustn't get greedy. This is Miss Omar's home. She lives here all her life. We must give her a chance to come up with $482.67.
Thank you, Colonel Creepstone.
So you've got till tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I'm being generous.
The last house, you only gave him 30 minutes.
But where can we find that much money in 24 hours?
I'm sure you'll think of something. Till tomorrow, at this time, I bond you a farewell.
Oh, Pa, what are we gonna do?
I know, Charlotte, honey. Wait a minute. We get that Miss Day Passion advances few months' rent.
Pa, that'd be over 3 years' rent.
We could rob her.
Oh, Pa, you're talking silly.
We could hide the deed and then he couldn't get know-how.
Yes, that's it. It will at least stall him off for a bit. Where is the deed, Pa?
It's got to be here someplace.
fiddly dee dee. I suppose I gotta go answer the door now.
Oh dear, oh dear. What is that, Magnolia? What's this world come to?
Please, Aunt Whitty Lack, Charlotte thinks it's best.
Oh dear, oh dear. I need air. I need smell salt. I need a laugh.
Aunt Whitty Lack, it's chilly up there. You'll catch your death.
Now that's the first good news I've heard all day.
Why, Ellen Hart, I declare, what brings you all the way here to Magnolia?
Well, Charlotte, I felt that bygones be bygones.
Well, that's mighty sweet of you. Well, fiddly dee dee, you try keeping up your social life with the Yankees in here, having parties all the time, and nobody to plant their 8,000 acres of cotton. And to top it off, Colonel Carlton Creepstone demanded $482.67 in back taxes.
Then I am glad I stopped by.
What can you do?
Make 'em all beautiful, radiant you.
Really?
That's right. I've got the latest in Paris beauty treatments and cosmetics.
Oh, Ellen, how wonderful.
Here's some peach blush. Go ahead, put some on. Oh, Charlotte, you look so much better with a little color in your cheeks.
Ah, here's a deed, my girl.
Nice, Pa. Got any lipstick, Ellen?
Try some rose blossom. That the magnolia?
Sure it is, and I'm behind it behind the picture. Great grandpappy, honest John O'Mara. Creeps don't never find it here.
Oh, Ellen, I'm beginning to feel like a new woman.
You look wonderful, and for the nominal fee of only $10, you can have these wonderful treatments of your very own.
Oh, dear. Here's $10. How can I ever thank you?
You've done enough already.
Miss O'Mara? Miss O'Mara?
Why, can that be Mr. Butler?
'Tis I.
Oh, Brett, I thought you enlisted.
And so I did. I walked into the enlistment office and was promptly issued a uniform and my $482 bonus. No sooner had I donned the uniform of the Confederacy, we were attacked by Union forces. I fought bravely. When the smoke cleared, there was Yankees strewn across the yard. I quickly exchanged my Confederate bills for Yankee money and rushed it back home to you, my dear Miss O'Mara, fearing that you'd be left destitute.
Oh, Mr. Butler, how can I ever thank you?
Well, there is one thing you could do for me.
Really? I fear I might lost of thinking much.
Well, Miss Charlotte, I better get back to the front.
Oh, Brett, the front's so far away.
It's only about 6 blocks up the street.
Oh, dear, pray, be careful, and if you think of any way I can thank you, please let me know.
But that's a lot of money, Charlotte.
And so it needs safekeeping. Pa, let me have the key to the desk.
Here you go, my peach. Ah, but what a boy to save us from the clutch of Colonel Carlton Creepstone like that.
And so tomorrow, when Colonel Carlton Creepstone arrives for his back taxes, we will be more than ready to greet him with the funds and foil his plot to steal Magnolia.
Oh, and look at the time. I must be ready.
Oh, will you be stopping back?
Once a month, here's my card.
Ellen Hart, your personal wave-on representative. Why, how quaint.
We've all got to survive somehow, Charlotte.
Ta-ta. Now we must go tell Ma and Aunt Whitty Lack the good news.
And I'll be riding Daredevil down the old bench for a bit of celebration.
You know I don't like you riding that old nag.
Looking for something?
While writing paper, honey, I gotta write a letter.
Well, here we go.
Dear Mama, I finally made it to Magnolia. I'm sure this is the place. I'm sure that Charlotte's the woman. Now, all Lotta's got to do is wait.
It appears Magnolia will soon be ours.
Stupid, little.
If the shoe fits dingbat, wear it.
You're wicked. Soul, boss.
I know, that's why I love myself so. And as soon as Magnolia is mine, well, then I shall have to I shall have to save that poor innocent widow, Charlotte Lamar, from the grips of poverty by marrying her.
Marry her? Gee, boss, I don't think you're the one to walk down the aisle.
You don't think I'm capable of love? You don't think I have a heart?
In a nutshell,
Wild, cruel, vicious lies. I'm nothing but a tender-hearted old pushover who lacks a pretty face. Let's face it, she may pull some smart, like figure out I'm really not entitled to Magnolia. But if I'm her husband, we'll split it 50-50.
unless something happens to her.
Brilliant. I'm glad I thought of it. Something will happen to her. I'm sure there's well on the property into which she can fall and never be found again. Ha 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 ha.
Look, Ashley, it's that terrible misguided Mr. Creepstone. I wonder what he's doing back in Blush and Blossom.
I fear he's up to no good, dear sweet Melody.
I can't imagine what he'd be up to now that the war is ending.
Nevertheless, he's a fiend, a wretch, a blackguard.
Nonsense. What he needs is a good home-cooked meal and someone to care about him. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Creepstone.
Egad, it's that goody two-shoes Melody Bilks. Why, Mrs. Bilks, it's a pleasure seeing you again.
It's been a long time. Not since the barbecue at Magnolia the day that the war broke out. You remember my husband, don't you?
Of course, Mr. Bilks.
I will not shake hands with a cad like you, Creepstone.
You want me to do something drastic?
How rude of me not to introduce my associate, Sherman Slitterside, Lady Savannah.
We're very pleased to meet you, Mr. Slitterside. And I must apologize for my husband. During the war, he was hit with a bomb and 3/4 of his skull was replaced with wood.
Egad, goes against my grain.
Left and pretty. Bored.
I can smell fiends as sharply as ever.
Really, Mr. Bilks, we have done nothing to deserve this.
Precisely. And to make amends for Ashley's terrible behavior, I'm inviting you both to stay at Two Oaks while you're in Blushing Blossom.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Bilks.
Melody, you do not know what you're doing.
We must answer Charlotte's urgent plea.
Urgent plea? Sounds important.
The poor dear will be destitute if we don't help her find corn seeds for her new crop.
What a terrible shame.
But fear not, Ashley and I have more than she needs since our business has been so successful of late.
And what business are you in?
Lumber, what else?
Extra, read all about it.
What's happened, young man?
I don't know, I can't read.
Here's a penny.
That's a nickel now, sir.
That's a highway robbery.
And get the news someplace else. Extra.
Great Scott!
Oh dear, something dreadful has happened in Scotland?
No, my dear, something's wonderful happened. The war has ended.
Our prayers have been answered.
And now the fun begins.
Come along, Ashley. I'm sure now that the war is ending, we'll have more lumber orders than we can fill. It's time to rebuild all of Blushing Blossom.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Bilks.
Dinner's sharp at 7.
So, Charlotte's planting a crop, There must be something we can do about that. Egad, who could this plain Jane be?
You don't know me.
It's been a pleasure, I'm sure.
I understand you have an interest in what's been going on at Magnolia.
You have a tailoring testimony trifle for me?
Something you would be most interested in.
Is that so?
That's right. A lady's got to make a living.
How much of a living?
Perhaps you'll join me for a cup of tea and we can work out the details.
You sound like my kind of woman.
Have you seen any Yankees yet, Mrs. Chataway?
Saw that conniving Carlton Creepstone talking to the kind-hearted Melody and the dim-witted Ashley Bilks.
No.
Yes.
What do you suppose he's up to?
Well, I heard that he wants to steal Magnolia from the O'Maras. No. Yes.
Do you suppose Mrs. Bilks could be a part of that?
Well, she ever found out how Charlotte feels about her husband? She just may.
Ah, Mrs. O'Mara and Miss Whittilack, how nice to see you out and about.
Smelling salts. Give me smelling salts.
So, what brings y'all to town?
Smelling salts. Aunt Whittilack's been through a gross already. Who knows how many more she'll require?
Something terrible must be going on at Magnolia.
Well, if you want to know the truth.
Of course we want to know the truth, Mrs. O'Mara.
Why else would we ask? So, y'all looking for smelling salts, huh?
Alas, the war has ended, and I cannot do anything save the small skirmish outside the enlistment office. I feel like a failure. Howdy, Miss Ellen. Good to see you too. Shucks. We lost the war, and I came in too late to help our cause. I feel like a failure. And dare I say it, guilty?
Well, if that emotion eats away at your heart, I have a solution.
You do?
There's a small unit of Confederate soldiers in order to launch a new offensive when the Yankees think we're all finished.
The Yukon?
That's right. And if you have an ounce of Southern blood in you, you'll pack a beer, hightail it to the Yukon, meet up with the regiment, and return victorious.
Yes, I can do that. And I will do that. Hi-ho, Miss Ellen, you made me the happiest soldier alive. Could you do me one favor? Could you tell Miss Charlotte, tell her I... Aw, shucks, just tell her goodbye.
Wasn't that Mr. Butler? Alas, it was. What do you mean, alas?
I'm afraid he's gone off to work for the Yankees.
No!
A nice young man like that?
He even told me all during the war he was selling secret information, and now he's off to reap his reward.
No, under our very noses.
And he intends to implicate everyone in Magnolia.
Smelling salts. Give me my smelling salts.
Crying out loud, can't even afford to get the clock fixed. Now learn to count or you'll find yourself in the garbage.
I don't snore.
How would you know?
If it was as loud as you said it was, I'd sure hear it too.
Mr. Omar, I need some sleep. It's been a trying day, what with finding out that we almost lost Magnolia and that Brett Butler's been a traitor all through the war.
Now, I don't believe a word of it.
If Ellen Hart says it's true, then it is. I just didn't have the heart to tell Charlotte.
She don't give a hanker for Brett Butler.
Shows that you men folk know. She's madly in love with him. But maybe, now that he's gone, she'll forget him. Anyhow, you go on and lie down on the couch and sleep.
Couch is lumpy, Ma.
Your head's gonna be lumpy if you don't let me get some shut-eye. Now be a good boy, Mr. Omar. There you go. Do you want another blanket?
Nope.
Good night, then.
Ms. Omar,
What is it?
will you tell me a story?
Mr. Omar.
Grid, please, with grits on it.
All right, all right. Once upon a time, there was an old man who lived in a giant house of 300 rooms. Each night, he slept in a different bedroom because he couldn't find one bed that suited him. And each night, when he became uncomfortable in his bed, he began to snore. And his snoring could be heard in all 300 rooms. The servants wore earplugs. One night, he decided to sleep at the 300 bedroom, which was at the top of the mansion. This bed was the most uncomfortable of all. Soon, the man began to snore. His snoring was so loud, the entire valley heard him. Soon, the bed began to move closer and closer to the window. It was a long way down, but the poor man didn't know it was so far down, or that he was inching his way closer and closer. All of a sudden, as he reached the edge, he let out the loudest snore of all. And do you know what happened?
I don't want to know. I didn't like that story.
Good night, then.
Ms. O'Mara,
What is it now?
I'm scared.
And you're going to have a lot to be scared about if you don't let me get some sleep.
What'd you say?
I said he snores loud.
Get over here. Here's a desk.
Gee, boss, what'd you have to promise that guy who told you the cash was in the top drawer?
I just promised I'll marry her.
Boss, you want to marry Charlotte O'Mara.
Why don't you shout it out so everyone hears it?
Boss wants to marry Charlotte O'Mara.
Worthless nincompoop. That's a really priceless clock. Okay. How do we get through this? Can you stop being annoying?
Oh, what'd you do that for?
Because it felt so good. The only thing that gets that close to me is my razor. Now, just another turn. And voila! $482.65. Wait a minute, they're gypping us. There's supposed to be 2 cents more.
Don't get greedy, boss.
Come. I'm a man of principle. I'm a man of integrity. Now, get over here and let's find that 2 cents.
Now hold on there. What are you two doing?
It's only me, Mr. Omar. Fearless, brave, trustworthy, Brett Butler.
Me who?
Brett Butler, who else?
Now I'd never believe it being robbed by Brett Butler. So everything they said about you is true.
Long live Abe Lincoln.
Why are you?
Boss, it's beating.
That's one of the Mason Dixon lines, rotten egg.
Hello? Who's down here?
Uh,
Oh, Pa, did Ma hit you to stop you from snoring?
It was Brett Butler.
He could hear you snoring, too?
Confound it, he just robbed us.
What?
Go check desk.
Mr. Omar, I warned you.
Oh dear. What's going on? I need my beauty slate.
It's gone. Every last cent is gone.
The tax money?
Snatched by Brett Butler.
Oh dear, my snail sauce. My snail sauce.
Dear Aunt Whitelack, where have you put him this time? Dear me. There, Aunt Whitelack.
Everything they said about Brett Butler was true, Ms. Omar.
Told you.
Well, what are you talking about?
I think it's time you be told the truth about you and Mr. Butler, Charlotte.
Well, he isn't really my Mr. Butler.
Well, that's good.
I can't believe he would steal our tax money.
Then I don't suppose you'll believe he's been selling Confederate secrets to the Yankees all through the war.
Well, fiddly-dee-dee, where did Mr. Brett get Confederate secrets from?
He must have heard Confederate whispering on the street corners and in the stores.
No, I'll not believe it.
Then where's the money?
So, I take a little chickadee say you're the happiest little girl on the block.
I'm afraid none of us is very happy at the moment.
All our money's been stolen.
Now, who'd go do a thing like that?
Our faithful Butler Brett.
Bit the hand that fed him, huh?
He's a dog, all right. He's a real woofer.
And the worst thing is that Carlton Creepstone is arriving tomorrow to collect the back taxes.
We're ruined. We've lost Magnolia.
Dear, my snail sauce. My snail sauce.
Now, who come here at this hour of the night?
What in tarnation?
I have a feeling it ain't the best of news.
What do we do, Ms. Omar?
Maybe the police caught Brett and got our money back.
Money? Someone mentioned money? The word's music to my ears.
What brings you here at this time of night, Mr. Creepstone?
Morning. Very early morning.
Why, so it is.
Mrs. Sitherside and I were out in the neighborhood and thought we'd come by and pick up your tax payment, if it's convenient.
Well, now, it ain't exactly convenient.
Egad, I've got them now. I shall press the issue. Come, Pa. We agreed you pay tomorrow. Today is tomorrow.
Oh, I wish it were yesterday.
Now, Mr. Creepstone, we've had a slight problem.
We had a slight problem, boss. How about that? I wonder what it is.
Sherman, shut thy lips before they are permanently clamped together. Now, Mr. Omar, either you've got the money or you don't. Which is it?
This is highly regular, big boy, if you get my drift.
And who are you?
Lotta.
Lot of what?
Lot of deep passion.
Wow, she's got a mean right, boss.
What brings you to Magnolia?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
So you like to play games?
And I usually win.
Are you friends with these folks?
Boarder paid for a month rent in advance.
Then you could stay. But for the rest of you, unless you give me the cash, you're out by dawn.
You can't do that.
Get off our land, Creepstone!
Why, Miss Charlotte, how good to see you again.
You heard me. If you don't leave now, I'll shoot.
And what, end up on the gallows?
Oh, no.
I'd rather that than let you destroy what the O'Mars has spent 3 generations building up. Now go on.
Perhaps we could reach some kind of agreement.
What kind of agreement, you carpetbagger?
I could pay your tax debt.
You could?
I've got $482.67 right here.
Now that's mighty suspicious.
And what do we do for you?
We don't do anything, my Lotus Blossom. You do for me.
I feel what my ears are about to hear.
Now, Charlotte, give the man a chance.
Really, Miss Charlotte, it's a simple matter. I pay your tax debt, and you marry me.
Marry you?
Be at my side as my bride, and you will call Magnolia your home forever.
Never.
Now, Charlotte, honey.
Haste makes waste.
Good things come in small packages.
And there's nothing smaller than Carlton Creepstone, nothing lower to the ground. Even snakes look down on him, he's so loathsome.
I think she likes you, boss.
Shut up, bonehead. I'll do the talking.
It'll be a waste of breath, but I shan't listen.
You shall.
I shan't.
You shall.
I shan't.
Boss, what does shan't mean?
It means, dear Miss O'Mara, throwing away your only chance to hang on to Magnolia. If she persists in this line of reasoning, she shall have to face dire consequences.
Such as?
Poverty.
No!
Humiliation.
No! No!
Living on carrot and radish tops.
No! No! No!
So, my sweet, your final answer?
Now, Charlotte, honey.
Put the gun down.
Smell sauce. You smell sauce.
Drop it and let's talk like civilized human beings.
I'll never talk to you, you villain. And if you think I would ever marry you, know this. I'd sooner be dead than wed to you.
You won't find anyone who could offer you so much or leave you with so little.
I love another.
Told ya. Told ya.
Who? That sniveling traitor Brett Butler? He's long gone north of the Mason-Dixon line. You'll never see him again. And as for me, this is your last chance, and if you say no, I'll be here with the sheriff, and he will evict you.
No.
No.
Yes, and you will be at the mercy of thieves, wolves, and mosquitoes.
Horrors, woe is us.
So, my sweet, your final answer?
Now, Charlotte, honey, couldn't you at least give the man a chance?
Prickly, come here.
When you're standing there with a gun, you think I lost my mind?
There's something you must do.
There is?
You must find Brett Butler. He's the only one who can save us.
But how?
My guess is ask Mrs. Pettibone or Mrs. Chataway. Now hurry, we don't got a minute to lose.
Mercy, I don't know nothing about being Sherlock Holmes, Miss Charlotte.
Go on, Prickly, it's our only chance. And as for you, Mr. Creepstone, tomorrow is another day.
Yeah, I wonder if it'd be any better on the other side of the street.
Oh, no. I like this side of the street.
But she's on that side of the street. See all the people walking over there to keep out of the sun?
Maybe that's why business is so bad.
Oh, woe is me.
Well, I'll be. I thought you fell asleep there for a while.
I was just thinking.
What?
The grand old days before the war. The parties we used to have. The dresses I'd used to wear. The food I'd refuse to eat. Why, I'd give anything to have a 14-inch waist again. Now today, I'm down to 11 inches.
You poor thing.
Well, if it ain't Miss Charlotte O'Mara.
You poor dear, here's 2 bits. I hope it helps.
Every bit helps, Mrs. Pettibone.
And here you are. A nickel for each of you.
You're more than generous, ma'am.
We'll remember you always.
Is it true what I hear, Miss Charlotte?
Is Colonel Carlton Creepstone really turning Magnolia into a hair salon?
It's a saloon, you dumb idiot.
That makes more sense.
Oh, woe is me.
We hear he's under the clutches of that despicable Lotta de Passion, and that she's to be the headline entertainment.
Such a shame to befall my ancestral home.
We hear that barrels and barrels of that demon sarsaparilla have been carted up the back door of Magnolia.
And there's now a bar in the center of the parlor.
There are card tables for gambling.
And root beer on tap.
What?
And still no word from Mr. Brett Butler.
Not a syllable.
Well, my dear Charlotte, we're off to Begos for lunch.
Oh, I do so enjoy their chicken and mushroom sauce.
And their pastries are divine. Ta-ta, Charlotte.
Excellent. My name's Banks, Bernard Banks from the Dixie Morse Company. Any of you know where I can find a plantation called Magnolia?
Plantation? Not anymore, sir.
It's now called the Sassafras Saloon.
Goodness, that can't be.
Here.
Goodness, that can't be.
Well, I saw a sign being raised not 2 days ago.
Where can I find this Sassafras Saloon?
Give it here. You're gonna follow this street out about 2 miles. It'll be the first mansion on your right.
Good day, lady.
Good day.
Sir?
Oh, my dear, only Dixie there. Here you are. $1.
$1? Oh, sir, you're most generous. Might I trouble you for a second longer?
I am in a hurry.
What business do you have in Magnolia?
There's something most irregular going on. The new owner has yet to produce the deed, and Dr. D isn't the new owner. Say, ma'am.
Oh, joy, oh, rapture, there is some hope left.
Oh, don't call me ma'am. I don't deserve to be treated like a lady.
Go on, we still got our dignity.
I sold my dignity a month ago.
Ellen, is that you? Ellen Hart?
Charlotte O'Mara.
What brings you to our side of the street?
I've been terrible and wretched, Charlotte.
I forgive you.
That fiend Carlton Creepstone got what he wanted from me, and then he cast me into the gutter.
I don't understand.
I told him where you hid the cash Brett Butler brought to you that day.
No. So was Carlton Creepstone who stole it?
The same, and it gets worse.
No.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Carlton Creepstone told me he would win me if I managed to convince Brett Butler to disappear.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I told Brett new Confederate soldiers were forming in the north.
How far north?
The Yukon?
Oh, Brett, poor Brett.
Not an hour after Creepstone had his clutches on Magnolia did he toss me aside and tell me never to return.
You poor, wretched creature.
Let's not overdo it on the adjectives, Charlotte. You're not exactly the queen of Romania yourself.
I know, but perhaps there is a way to get back at Carlton Creepstone.
I'd do anything if there were.
Do you still have your wave-on products?
Yes, tucked away under a bridge.
Good, then here's what we must do.
We may need some muscle.
More like a rubber band.
Pinky, Winky, you gotta help. It's our only chance.
Oh, Mr. Creepstone, you've destroyed Magnolia.
Personally, I think it's an improvement.
We'll not let you do this to Charlotte.
It's done. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, done is done, and it can't be undone. Na.
Isn't there anything we can do to make you see the light?
Of course, you can go grab the table lamps. They're the red ones with the fringe around the edges.
Red, fringe, goodness, a den of iniquity. See here, Creepstone, I've got a bit of money put aside.
I don't need your money. Once the Sassafras Saloon opens, I'll have all the money I need.
What's this business, Creepstone? We'll have the money we need.
Of course, Mr. and Mrs. Bilks, my business associate, Lotta.
Lot of what?
Lot of deep passion.
Ashley. Oh, Ashley. Sure is hot in here. Where do you come from, Miss Deep Passion?
Why, I'm from Chattanooga and I got here on the choo-choo.
Oh, Ashley, I need air. Fresh air.
This is Sassafras Saloon?
Oh, the shame of it.
So, big boy, what can we do for you?
Yes, that's very nice, Miss,
Lotta.
a lot of what?
Lotta D. Passion. I'm from Chattanooga and I got here on the choo-choo.
Perhaps you can help me?
I'll do what I can.
I need to speak with Colonel Carlton Freestone.
Colonel Carlton Creepstone, at your service.
Excellent. My name's Banks, Bernard Banks from the Dixie Morse Company.
Egad, I don't like the looks of this. He's wearing one of the pocket protectors. What can I do for the Dixie Mortgage Company?
You claim ownership of Magnolia?
I stole it fair and square. I got it after the owners failed to pay taxes.
But, sir, the transaction is quite incomplete. To open up a CD saloon on this premises will require a title and transfer in deed.
Indeed?
Precisely. Have you the deed?
Why, Sherman, do you have the deed back there?
Deed? Gosh, boss.
Yes, it's right on the shelf next to the barrel of root beer.
Oh, that deed.
Yes, bring me the deed, Sherman.
Gladly, boss. You certainly have some garrison corn here, Mr. Creepstone. Defies the laws of good taste.
Thanks, Banks. I like it too.
All this red can knock the fella out.
Sweet dreams, Mr. Banks.
So what good's that gonna do you, Creepstone?
Buys time, my precious. Sherman, let's get this goon behind the couch. The crowds will be here very soon. After the evening is wrong, we'll weigh him down, drag him to the marsh, and throw him into the swamp.
Anybody ever tell you you're wicked, Creepstone?
Just dear old Mom.
Oh, Paul, look what they've done to our beautiful home.
Smell salt. You must smell salt.
Kind of like it myself.
It's cheap and sorted, and I bet they have root beer on tap.
How many you want?
You scoundrel, you rat, you fiend.
Please, madame, seize the exaltations, or I shall blush.
Come on in and sit a spell. Welcome to the Sassafras Saloon.
Oh, woe is us, woe is us.
Got a nice table over here. You'll be able to see the floor show real good.
Floor show, horrors.
Come on in, folks. Welcome to the Sassafras Saloon. We got it all. Sarsaparilla, root beer, and sassafras tea with a twist of lemon.
Good heavens.
Oh, my lands, how horrible. Oh, I think there's a table over there. Let's get us a seat.
Good, I thought we couldn't get one.
Come on, you stupid idiot.
What did you call me?
Do you think this is gonna work, Charlotte?
It's gotta.
That brazen hussy looks familiar, Paul.
Ain't never seen those legs before.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you those singing sunbirds, Fifi and Lulu.
Welcome to our cheap saloon, doo-dah, doo-dah. We can always find your room, oh, doo-dah day.
Hey!
Going to fun all night, going to fun all day. Have a drink, we'll give a wink, oh, doo-dah day. Welcome, ladies and you gents, doo-dah, doo-dah. Root beer's only 15 cents, oh, doo-dah day. Going to dance all night, going to dance all day. Have a drink, we'll give a wink, oh, doo-dah day. Meet our boss, Minnow Creepstone, doo-dah, doo-dah. He stole Magnolia, calls him home, oh, doo-dah day. But we'll get him back and toss him in a sack. He's a fink, his feet sure stink, oh, doo-dah day. Yeah, he's a gink, his feet sure stink, oh, doo-dah day.
So, you think your act's clever, huh? Well, look, girls, don't call us, we call you. You're fired. Lotta, get them. Sherman, bring me the deed.
What, boss?
Magnolia's mine, all mine. No matter what you say or do, it'll stay mine. Deed or no deed.
Oh, Ashley, do something.
Right, my dear, it's time to sit up and behave like a man. Put up your dukes.
The Duke's are home. Want to see the Duchess?
Oh, Ashley,
Now that, my dear, is called using his head.
why you?
Sherman, get her.
Lay a hand on her and all.
Yeah, Paul?
Darn if I know.
Don't nobody do nothing. How's that for bad English?
Unhand her, you fiend.
Let her go.
Smell salt. You must smell salt.
Charlotte, is that you entertaining in a sleazy saloon?
I had no choice.
But really, Charlotte, we can see you ain't
Who cares about my ankles at a time like this?
I do.
Shut up, bonehead.
You're gonna come in that one too many times, boss.
Pinky, Winky, now!
We'll get him, Charlotte.
You're getting closer, closer. He's right behind you.
Oh dear, Pinky Winky!
I can't. Where's my reference stuff?
Looks like the ace up your sleeves put you on the 8-ball, ladies. And now, since we're all here present, it'd be a lovely time for a wedding.
A wedding?
You and me, my ginger snap.
I wouldn't marry a crumb like you.
That way, Magnolia will be mine regardless of what the mortgage Dixie company says.
Never, I'll never consent to be your bride.
Should I be a real cad? If you don't, I'll draw Ma and Pa with so many bullets they'll look like cribbage boards.
You're a real cad, Creepstone.
All right, Reverend, let's have a ceremony.
Most unusual place to form a marriage, I'm afraid.
No one could say I'm born, right? Now, get a wiggle on her, or you'll be joining the choir real soon.
I'm already a member of the church choir.
I was thinking in something more a bit that direction.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to unite this man and woman in holy matrimony. If there's anyone here that's got a reason to believe you should not unite these here two, let them speak.
See? Everybody thinks it's a match made in heaven, so get on with it.
No, wait, didn't you hear that?
That was just my
Charlotte.
stomach grumbling.
Charlotte!
Oh, Brett Butler, help!
Charlotte, it's me!
I now pronounce you
I now pronounce you
man and wife.
man and
Hold it!
Curses, the idiot's a turn.
Oh, Brett, my hero.
Come a step closer and I'll blow her to kingdom come.
Unhand her, villain!
Think not of me, Brett. Think of Ma, Pa, and Magnolia. Think of the good old days gone through the windows. I'm ready to die for only peaceful living our days.
Oh my. That was beautiful, Miss Charlotte.
Shut up, bonehead.
I warned you, boss.
Yeah,
Yeah!
Hold it! Once for all, I want to know who holds it in Magnolia.
Well, Colonel Creepstone,
I got this place fair and square.
You're the only square here, Creepstone. You stole the cash Brett Butler brought to you that day. I know because I told you where it was hidden.
Oh, there, too.
It wasn't Brett Butler who took it, and Brett didn't pass Confederate secrets to the Yankees, and I did trick Mr. Butler into heading to the Yukon just to get him out of the way.
Miss Hart, you've been a very bad girl.
But to make amends, I'll testify in court.
Brother, she's got a big mouth.
But where is the deed?
Pa, where is the deed?
It's just that it's been such a long time since I hit it. It's got to be here someplace.
Without the deed, Magnolia isn't the property of the Dixie Moores Company.
But it can't be. I just got done planting 8,000 acres of cotton on my way home.
Oh, Brett, my hero.
That's right, Miss Charlotte. If we hadn't stopped to do that, we'd been here a whole lot sooner.
It doesn't matter, Prickly. However did you find Mr. Butler?
It wasn't hard once my dog sled got me to the Yukon. I just listened for someone whistling Dixie.
Mr. Omar, you got any idea where the deed is?
It's just that things have changed so much.
Like this. This takes a tidbit of trash. Oh, good old honest John Omar.
That's it! At the same time, I saw you had the money in the desk, Mr. O'Mara. I remember you hid it behind the picture.
I did. I did! Here's a deed right here, Mr. Banks.
Oh, Pa, happy day.
Looks perfectly in order.
So Magnolia is now in the hands of the O'Maras.
Yeah!
Yeah!
If they pay back the taxes, the total is $4,820.
But we don't have that kind of money.
Never fear. Prickly, would you?
Sure enough, Mr. Butler.
I was in the Yukon looking for other Confederate soldiers, but I never did find any. But I did find something that might be more worthwhile in the long run.
What'd you find, Brett?
Gold! More gold than I ever saw.
Some people have all the luck, and if you don't say a word, maybe I can make a quick getaway.
Oh, Charlotte, you know what this means? We can pay our bills, get hitched, and live happily ever after at Magnolia.
Oh, Brett.
Oh, Charlotte.
Oh, Brett.
Oh, Charlotte.
Hold it!
Charles Wisherman!
That's right. I was lost, but I found my way back to Magnolia with my sweet little wife who loves me.
Why, Charlotte, honey, I've been waiting for you ever since I came down from Chattanooga on the choo-choo.
Lana?
Surprised you remember my name. Remember that ring you put on my finger?
Now, Lana.
When we said I do was for life, sugar.
You're Mrs. Wisherman?
First on the end list.
Oh, boy.
Charlotte, get back here. You're coming back to Chattanooga on the choo-choo if it's the last thing you ever do.
Oh, Brett, I was married for 4 hours to that fiend. Well, what shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a hoot.
Yeah.
Reverend, I think I interrupted you a few moments ago. Could you pick up where you left off?
Yes, Reverend.
I pronounce you man and wife.
But don't forget, tomorrow's another day.